Welcome to the session. In this video, we are going to design the transistor biasing circuits for a fixed bias and potential divider bias. And also we are going to verify practically the fixed bias design as well as the potential divider bias design in the laboratory. So first thing, we are going to design the circuit elements. Suppose it is a fixed bias means we are going to design the RB value and RC value. Similarly, for the potential divider bias, we are going to design R1, R2, RC and RE. So this design procedure is very much important while for doing the laboratory as well as theory part. So this is the important one. So why we are going to do this experiment or transistor biasing? So the design of biasing, it ensures the transistor has to operate active region throughout the input signal. So input signal நம்ம apply பண்ணும்போது whatever may be the input signal, positive or negative, so transistor should be in active region. For that we have different type of biasing. In theory we have 4 different biasing, but in laboratory we are going to verify the 2 type of biasing. One is fixed and potential divider biasing and its design. So first we are going to design the fixed bias. So before that, we should know about the DC load line concepts. So the DC load line is the characteristics curve drawn between VCE and IC, and the 2 points are cutoff and saturation point. The point A is saturation point and point B is cutoff point. The cutoff means the transistor is open circuited. The saturation means the transistor is fully conducting. Suppose the transistor is fully conducting means the voltage will be 0. The saturation condition, the voltage will be 0. That is, the voltage across the emitter to collector is 0. The total voltage is dropped in the resistance RC. So that the current flow in the resistance is IC is equal to VCC divided by RC. So point A, the IC value at saturation condition, IC value is VCC divided by RC, since the voltage across this emitter to collector is 0 at saturation condition. So all the voltage will drop at RC. Similarly, and cutoff region, the transistor is open circuited. The transistor open circuited means all the voltages will appear across this transistor terminal, emitter and collector. So the voltage across the transistor, emitter and collector is VCC. Here the VCE is VCC and IC will be 0. So these are the 2 points of DC load line, point A and point B. Generally, the operating point is 0 signal collector current and 0 signal collector emitter voltage. When the signal is not applied, here the signal is going to applied in the base circuit, but here not we are applying a signal. So in this condition, the value of IC and the value of VCE, that is the voltmeter reading and the ammeter reading, is called as operating point. So we are going to verify the operating point for our design. So our need is the operating point should be lie at middle of the load line. It should be between A and B. So for that we are going to design the value. So first we are going to assume only 2 things. The one is supply voltage and the IC saturation. How we are going to design? So for that we are going to refer the transistor data sheets. So we are using BC547 transistor. So in the BC547 transistor, it's a general purpose transistor. So in this transistor, the collector to emitter voltage is BC547. It is 45 volts. It is 45 volts. And the maximum of we can apply 50 volts. Supply voltage will be 50 volts. And the maximum collector current is 100 milliamps. Maximum collector current 100 milliamps and the voltage will be 50 millivolts, the operating voltage and current. Similarly, the HFE, nothing but a beta value. So the beta value ranges is 100 to 800. So So using this transistor specification, we are going to design the remaining things. So here the transistor beta value ranges from, it is 100 to 800. The VCC value, the maximum of 50 volt, but we assume some ranges. So it is range is given 6 to 20 volt. So we can choose any volt in between that. So I am going to choose 12 volt DC for the supply voltage. Next, IC saturation. So it is also based upon the maximum current. So even though the maximum current is 100 milliamps, but the range given is 6 to 50 milliamps. So we assumed in between a smaller value. So in between 6 to 50, I am assuming 8 milliamps. 8 milliamps. So the maximum collector current will be 8 milliamps and the supply voltage here is 12 volt. I am going to give the circuit. So the VCC is 12 volt. The maximum collector current I assumed as 8 milliamps. We can change this value up to the maximum. We can change as our requirement. Then at saturation condition, so in this circuit, the saturation condition, I did told the voltage is 0 at saturation condition. So as per our design, the voltage will be the operating point value, but at saturation, the VAD, at saturation condition, the voltage is equal to 0. All the voltage will drop in the resistance. So that the operating point is also the IC is equal to VCC divided by RC. So that IC saturation, so in saturation condition, it is by the Ohm's law, it is VCC divided by RC. So VCC we assumed 12 volt divided by IC saturation, it is 8 milliamps. 8 milliamps. During calculator, you are going to put 10 power minus 3. So 12 divided by 10 power 8 into 10 power minus 3, which gives 1.5 kilo ohms. So we designed our RC value here. Okay. Then we are going to design the RB value. So what we are going to do is, here first we assumed the IC saturation, then we calculated the RC value. For calculating the value of RB, so what is the current flow to the RB? So the current can be calculated using the beta value. Beta value is equal to IC divided by IB. So we can calculate the IB value using beta. So beta is given in the range 100 to 800. So here before that, what is our required operating point? So for that required operating point only, we are going to design the circuit elements or RB value. So what is our required operating point means? Here the VCC is 12 volt and here IC saturation is 8 milliamps. So the middle of the load line, the voltage will be 12 divided by 2, it is 6 volt. And also the IC saturation is 8 milliamps. So that operating point at IC will be 8 divided by 2, 4 milliamps. So this is our expected answer. This is our expected answer. In the voltmeter, it has to read 6 volt and ammeter, it should be so 4 milliamps by our design. So for this design, we are going to design the RB value. So next I am going to calculate the beta value. So beta value already we know familiar. Beta is equal to IC divided by IB. So ICQ, here ICQ will be 4 milliamps. 4 milliamps and we are going to calculate the IBQ. So here IBQ is equal to ICQ divided by beta. So ICQ is equal to 4 milliamps. 4 milliamps. In calculator, we have to type 4 into 10 power minus 3. 4 milliamps divided by beta value. The range is given. I choose the minimum range divided by 100, which gives 40 microohms. 40 into 10 power minus 6. So this is our IB value 40 microns. So this is our IB value. So we found the current flow to the resistance RB, it is 40 microns. Then next we are going to calculate the voltage across this RB. What will be the voltage across this RB? So now the supply voltage is 12. In all the semiconductor, the base to emitter voltage will be 0.6 because it is forward bias. In any semiconductor, if it is forward bias means the voltage is 0.6. So this base to emitter voltage is 0.6. So it is 12. So RB value will be 12 minus 0.6. So voltage across RB is equal to VRB plus VB. Then VRB is equal to VCC minus VB. So VCC is 12 volt, and since it is forward bias, VB is 0.6. So we get 11.4. So this is the voltage drop across the RB. So voltage 12 minus 0.6. The voltage drop across the RB is 11.4 volts. So we already designed or calculated the IB value, base current, and we calculated the base voltage. So the resistance value is Ohm's law, V by I. So voltage is 11.4 and the current is 40 microns. So we can substitute in this calculator. The value is 285 kilo ohms. So we designed both the RB value and RC value. Suppose in the laboratory we use the RB value as 1.5 and RC value is 1.5 and the RB value as 285 kilo ohm. The voltmeter should be 6 volt and the ammeter should be 4 milliamps. So this is our need. But note that we design the IB value based upon the beta 100. But beta, the range is from 100 to 800. So that the operating point may vary. We choose the beta value or HFE value as 100 using this transistor manual. So the beta value is minimum is 100 and the maximum is 800. So we choose the value as 100 so that the operating point, our designed operating point may shift in this fixed bias. But in case of potential divider bias, if you design the value using 100, using 200, using 300, any of the value, the operating point will not be shifted. It is because of the cell bias circuit. This is not a cell bias, it is fixed bias. In fixed bias or base bias, it has poor stability. If the beta value varies, then the operating point will shift. But in potential next bias, potential divider bias, if we use any range of beta, the operating point will not be shifted. So our expected voltmeter reading 6 volt, our expected 4 milliamps will not be happen or may not be happen. So we should verify it practically in our laboratory. So we are going to verify the things practically in the laboratory. So before that, we are going to design the next biasing circuit, voltage divider bias. So it has better stability. Even though the beta ranges from 100 to 800, we can design the things beta as 100 or 200, 300, any of the value, the operating point will not be vary. So here also VCC similar way I assumed as 12 volt. And the IC saturation as previous case it is 8 milliamps. And here also we draw the load line, but in previous case all the voltage will drop across this RC only if the saturation voltage is 0. So the emitter and collector across all voltage 0 all voltage RC will drop so that IC is equal to VCC by RC. ஒரே ஒரு ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் மட்டும் தான் இருக்கு. But in this case, even though this voltage is 0, all the voltage will drop RC as well as RE. So இந்த VCC கிரவுண்டுக்கு நடுவுல ரெண்டு ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் இருக்கு, RC and RE. So that the operating point லே வந்து saturation point, the IC is equal to VCC divided by RC plus RE. So அந்த ஃபார்முலால இருந்து IC is equal to VCC divided by RC plus RE. So we can choose RC plus RE is equal to VCC divided by IC saturation. So 12 divided by 8 milliamps, which gives 1.5 kilo ohms. So it is 1.5 kilo. In the previous case it is RC alone, but here the 1.5 kilo ohms it consists of a sum of RC and RE. So how we are going to split this 1.5 kilo ohm? Assume, only assumption is, assume the voltage drop across the RC is 2 times of voltage drop across the RE. So it is because if the voltage drop across the RC is more, then the output voltage will be higher. So it is stabilization resistance only. So generally we bypass this resistance using a capacitor, so that always we assume the voltage drop across the resistance will be more. So here 2 times of RE. So we can choose, here the current is 8 milliamps, here the current is 8 milliamps, and RC plus RE is 1.5 kilo ohm, or otherwise directly we can choose RC voltage drop across the RC is 2 times and RE is 1 times, so that we can directly write RC value will be 1 kilo ohms and RE will be 0.5 kilo ohms. Kilo ohms. So we are arrived. So the voltage, it is assumed voltage drop across the RC is 2 times. So the value of RC also, because of direct relationship, Ohm's law. So the value of RC also to 2 times of RE. So we design initially the RC value 1 kilo ohm and RE value 0.5 kilo ohm. Then similar case, we are going to fix the operating point. So here the VCC is 12 volt and the IC saturation is 8.8 milliamps, and mid of the load line the IC will be 4 milliamps and the VCE is 6 volt. So the VCE, our record output is VCE 6 volt and the IC Q is equal to 4 milliamps. Then we have the resistance value RE and RC. So the voltage drop across RE, voltage drop across the RE and RC. The formula is voltage drop across this RC, V is equal to IR. So current, we know the saturation current is so after this operating point, what is operating point means, when the signal is not given, here the voltmeter reads 6 volts. So the remaining 6 volts, the VC is 12 volts, the remaining 6 volt only, it is going to be split in the RC into RE. So 6 volt drop in the voltmeter or emitter to collector, the remaining 6 volt, the total voltage is 12 volt, is drop in the RC and RE. So now after this the current is 4 milliamps. So current flow in the RE as well as RE is 4 milliamps, because the voltage is 6 volt drop in the, it is not a saturation condition. So that the current is 4 milliamps and the resistance is 0.5 kilo ohm and 1.5 kilo ohm. So V is equal to IR. So by multiplying this voltage drop across the RC is equal to 1 kilo ohm and 6 volt. V is equal to I into R. So sorry, V is equal to I into R. I value is 4 milliamps and R value is 1 kilo ohm. So we get voltage drop across RC is 4 volts. So and voltage drop across RE is, RE value is 0.5 kilo ohm and the current is 2 milliamps. So 2 milliamps into 0.5 kilo ohm, which gives 2 volts, which gives the voltage drop across this RE is 2 volt and the voltage drop across RC is 4 volt and the VC is 6 volt. So 6 plus 4 plus 2 is equal to 12 volts. The Kirchhoff voltage law is obeyed here. So we calculate the voltage drop across this RE and RC. Next, we are going to calculate the IB value. So we have the ICQ is 4 milliamps divided by beta value is here 100. So that the IB value is similarly 40 microns. 40 microns. So we design. Then what about the voltage drop across VR2 and VR1? So similar the previous case. So we are going to calculate the voltage drop across R1 and R2. So voltage drop across R2 and voltage drop across R1. So how the values arrived? See, the voltage drop across RE is here 2 volt. Voltage drop across RE is 2 volt. Then the VB is equal to 0.6 volt. So we, for a forward bias semiconductor, it is 0.6. So the voltage drop across R2 is VRE, voltage across RE plus 0.6. So it is 2 volt, it is 0.6, 2.6. The voltage drop across R2 is 2.6. So here the formula is there. So VB is 0.6 volt plus VRE, voltage drop across RE is 2 volt. So which gives voltage drop across the resistance R2 is 2.6 volt. So now one simple assumption. Assume that current flow through R1 is 10 IB and through R2 is 9 IB. So here the current flow in the R1 is 10 times of IB, so 10 times of 40 microns, and 140 microns will go to the base and the remaining 9 IB will go to R2. So for better our loading effect will be avoided if this assumption is made. So voltage current flow to the R1 is 10 IB and current through the R2 is 9 IB, we assumed. So here also voltage drop across this R2 is equal to the current value is 9 IB and the resistance value is R2. So we have this R2 value. So we have voltage drop across R2, it is 2.6 volt is equal to 9 times of IB value we calculated 40 microns. 40 microns. In calculator we have to put 10 power minus 6 into R2. So this is our expression. 2.6 volt is equal to, that is voltage drop across R2 is equal to 9 times of IB into R2. The only one parameter R2 is unknown. So if we calculate using calculator, the R2 value will be 7.2 kilo ohm. So this is R2. So 2.6 volt we arrived. Here it is 0.6. Voltage drop across RE is 2 volt. So the voltage drop across R2 is 2.6 volt. Then we assumed the voltage drop is equal to 9 times of IB into R2. It is Ohm's law. 9 times of IB is current. It is R2 is our resistance value. Current into resistance value is equal to voltage. So 9 IB 40 microns, we get the resistance value R2. Then finally we are going to calculate the R1 value. Now the voltage drop across R1 will be, here it is total voltage is 12 volt, then the voltage drop across the R2 is, it is 2.6 volt. Then the voltage drop across this R1 is equal to 12 minus 2.6, VCC minus VR2. So 12 minus 2.6, which gives 9.4 volts. So here voltage drop across R1 is 9.4 and R2 is 2.6, which gives the total amount of voltage 12 volt. So we have the voltage drop across the R1 is 9.4 volt, and we already assumed current through this R1 is 10 times of IB. So here we have the R1 value, VR1 value is 9.4 volt is equal to 10 times of RB value, it is 40 micrograms into R1. So the only R1 is unknown. So R1 is equal to 9.4 divided by 10 into 40 micrograms. Then we get the R1 value, if you are using calculator value, 23.5 kilo ohms. So we designed all the circuit parameters. R1 is 23.5, R2 7.2 K, then RE 0.5 K, then RC it is 1 K. So we design the 4 circuit elements. If you connect this R1, R2, RC and RE, the voltmeter should read 6 volt and the ammeter should read 4 milliamps. So this is going to be verified in the laboratory. So this is a circuit diagram of fixed bias. So we have the biasing resistance RB to provide the necessary zero signal base current, and we have the load resistance or collector resistance RC, and going to measure the IC value by this ammeter, and going to measure the voltage VCE. This voltmeter is there. So as per our design, we already see the design. VCC is 12 volt and RC is 1.5 kilo ohm, and our designed RB is 285 kilo ohm. So for 285, so we don't have any 285 kilo ohm fixed amount of resistance. For that, we have one 220 kilo ohm and 56 kilo ohm in series connection. So that the resultant resistance is 276. So here the RB value is 276 and RC we have 1.5 and VCC 12. So for that we design the things for beta is equal to 100. For that our required VCE operating point and the ICQ is 4 milliamps for a 12 volt supply. So I am going to set. So this is to measure the VCEQ voltmeter, and this is ammeter, digital ammeter, to measure the ICQ. So I am going to set the voltage as 12 volt. Our requirement is VCEQ is equal to voltmeter should be read 6 volt and ammeter should be read 4 milliamps. But here the voltmeter shows almost saturation stage is 12 and the ammeter says 0.4 milliamps. It is 12.4 milliamps. We designed the circuit for to operate 6 volt and 4 milliamps, but it operated for 12 volt and 0.4. Since this design is wrong, so the design is wrong means, so we designed the circuit for beta value is equal to 100. But in the transistor manual, beta is equal to 100 to 800. So we have some variations. So that if you design the circuit for beta is equal to 100, the circuit element does not obey and the operating point is shifted for a new one or saturated one. So for that I am going to randomly select this RB value as 1 mega ohm. So now we have the resistance for 285, we have the resistance only 220 kilo ohm and 56 kilo ohm. So that we have the 276 kilo ohm. I am going to replace the base resistance approximately 1 mega ohm. Now we have the ammeter reading is 5.13 and voltmeter reading is 5 volts. So it is near to our design. Our design requirement is 6 volts. For that we have 5 volts, and where the design requirement operating point is 4 milliamps, we have 5.13 milliamps. So we are going to calculate this 5 volt 5.13. What is the beta value? This is our work. So why our design is not corrected means, for a base bias it has poor stability one. If the transistor varies for different values beta, the operating points varies. For that only we are going to move the next biasing circuit, potential divider bias. In that circuit we no need to change the devices, or it is not shifted the operating point. As per our design, the operating point will operate. So next we go move to the potential divider bias. So this is the circuit diagram of potential divider bias. So we have the 4 resistance design. RC is 1 kilo ohm, RE is 0.5, R1 23.5 and R2 7.2. For that, so we have the resistance value 1 kilo ohm for RC. Practical also the RC value is 1 kilo ohm. So the VCC is 12 volt here. So here also the practical value can be set it as 12 volt. Then R1 value for 23.5. So we put the resistance 22 kilo ohm and 1.5 kilo ohm. 22 plus 1.5. So 23.5. So 23.5. And R2, our design is 7.2. For that we have the resistance 6.5 plus 1 kilo ohm. 6.5 plus 1 kilo ohm. 6.7 plus 1 kilo ohm. So the finally 1 kilo ohm, 7.7. So our design is 7.2, but we have the resistance value R2 as 7.7. Then beta is 100. So our expected, and RE we have the resistance value 470 ohm, 0.47. So our expectation is VCEQ 6 volt and IC is 4 milliamps. For the VCC 12 volt, I am going to set the VCC as 12 volt. So for 12 volt, so our voltage, expected voltage is 6 volt exactly it is coming, and our output current requirement is 4 milliamps. For that we have the current value is 6 milliamps. So this current error is due to this variation since R2. The design value is 7.2, but the actual value is 7.7, so that the current is varied. Similarly, the RE design value is 0.5, we put it as 0.7. So if you have the accurate resistance value, and the potential divider bias circuit has more stable. So this is the reading for potential divider bias. You need to draw the DC load line and operating point for the fixed bias and the potential divider bias.